What's up, everybody? It's Yonkure with day 1 of the Fallout 4 Countdown Retrospective. Less than 24 hours to go, motherfuckers! Nuclear winter is coming and y'all best be ready. For today's Countdown Retrospective, I would like to take you through all the Fallout 4 news released throughout the month of November 2015. Before I dive into November though, I would like to take you back to October real quick to talk about one important news update that I forgot to mention in my previous video. The Big Leagues perk video that Bethesda released on October 27th, 2015. Check it out. Interesting to note about the trailer, apart from all the exploding heads, is that pausing the footage at the right time will yield our first glimpse at Fallout 4's new loot system. Alright, now we can move on to November. The month would kick off rather strongly on November 2nd, 2015, the date in which Fallout 4 screenshots and gameplay footage would begin leaking. The videos have all since been taken down, but they essentially showed off a big chunk of the pre-war portion of the game, as well as gameplay footage of post-Great War Boston featuring exploration and combat. Most people liked what they saw, but there were those who complained that the graphics didn't seem as good as they expected, although gameplay was mostly universally praised. On the same date, on November 2nd, Bethesda would post another article on Bethesda.net, this time detailing the music of Fallout 4. Most of the article talks about how they went about choosing some of the retro songs featured in the game, and it talks about the different tones and moods that the game is trying to set through its music. But one bit of information that got a lot of people excited was the fact that Fallout 4 has 3 times the music compared to Fallout 3. They also revealed that actress and singer Linda Carter, best known for playing Wonder Woman on TV, would be playing a character that goes by the name of Magnolia, a singer in the town of Good Neighbor. Original songs were actually created for her character to sing, which we will get to hear and enjoy in Fallout 4. One such song is called Good Neighbor, which Bethesda embedded in the article for people to listen to.
Took a dive with the swans out in the commons with nothing on. The mutant stopped to savor all my bad behavior. It's all in a day's work when you're a good neighbor.
The following day, on November 3rd, 2015, Bethesda would post another article on Bethesda.net, this time talking about bringing voice to Fallout 4's protagonists. Not a lot of new information here either, although the article does provide a lot of good insight into how it was decided that Fallout 4's protagonists would be voiced and how Brian and Courtney were casted for the roles. The biggest factors for casting was finding actors who could commit multiple years to the project, as well as actors who could deliver an every man or every woman voice that could appropriately represent players' characters and the choices they made. The article also reiterated that both Brian and Courtney delivered over 13,000 lines throughout the course of 2.5 years. At the bottom of the article is a podcast interview between Bethesda and both Brian and Courtney, which provides further insight into the process. If you're curious, be sure to head over to Bethesda.net and check it out. Another article would be published on Bethesda.net the following day on November 4th, 2015, this time talking about the graphics technology of Fallout 4. It was confirmed in this article that Fallout 4's game engine is an enhanced version of the creation engine used for Skyrim, with dynamic and volumetric lights being some of the biggest additions. Bethesda actually lists out bullet points of some of the many additions made to the enhanced creation engine, so for those who are into these technical details, there you go. Alongside this information, Bethesda also posted some new screenshots showing off examples of the new graphical capabilities of the engine. The screenshots particularly focused on showing off different lighting and weather effects, including a side-by-side of a normal environment versus an environment afflicted by radiation storms. Very cool stuff indeed. The following day, on November 5th, 2015, Bethesda would treat fans with one final trailer that would show off some awesome new footage of the highly anticipated title to help ease the wait. Check out Fallout 4's launch trailer.
Everything can change in an instant, whether or not you're ready.
This wasn't the world I wanted, but it was the one I found myself in. This time I'm ready. Because I know war.
War never changes.
I have a question. The only question that matters. Would you risk your life for your fellow man, even if that man is a synth?
Beneath the Commonwealth, there is a cancer, known as the Institute. A malignant growth that needs to be cut before it infects the surface.
They're the real enemy. Not the Raiders. Not the super mutants. Not even those tools over in Diamond City.
Don't shoot! I swear, I'm not a synth. For God's sakes, we're family!
This is ridiculous. I want the truth, McDonough.
Protect the people at a minute's notice. And decide our own future.
We're a man out of time, but all's not lost.
This campaign will be costly. But in the end, we will be saving humankind from its worst enemy. Itself.
So where is it, huh? This institute. How do I get there?
Haven't you been paying attention? You don't find the institute. The institute finds you.
Let's go, boy.
The day after the launch trailer's release on November 6th, 2015, websites all over were given permission by Bethesda to report that the embargo for Fallout 4 would lift on November 9th, 2015 at 8 a.m. Eastern or 5 a.m. Pacific. So I guess what I'm trying to say is that the embargo for the embargo was lifted on November 6th. 3 days later, on November 9th, that's today, websites all over the world would begin releasing their previews and reviews of the game. Currently, the game is sitting at a solid 90% score on Metacritic from 40 reviews. Nobody denies that the game is vast, lush, chock full of content, and most importantly, fun. But a negative common denominator seems to be that Fallout 4 doesn't feel like a substantial evolution from Fallout 3, despite the various gameplay enhancements, with the game feeling too similar to its prequel and featuring some of the same annoyances, bugs, and glitches. Me personally, I don't feel that way. I do understand what they mean about the bugs and glitches, but the world of Boston feels like its own unique, living, breathing entity. The story is vastly different from Fallout 3's. The gameplay enhancements, along with the awesome crafting system and new leveling system, changes the dynamic of the game for the better. And overall, Fallout 4 basically builds upon Fallout 3 when it comes to core shooter and RPG mechanics, and then drops players in a completely new setting with a completely new story. That's the definition of a sequel if I ever heard of one. In my experience, there is definitely enough changes and enhancements for Bethesda Game Studios to justify that 4 at the end of that Fallout title. But yeah, the same old bugs and glitches, it's getting more unacceptable with every game they release. So there you have it, every important Fallout 4 news for the month of November. And if you've watched every episode of the Retrospective, you've traveled with me down memory lane to recall every significant news that led up to tomorrow's release of Fallout 4. With that, I would like to end day 1 of the Fallout 4 Countdown Retrospective. Thank you for tuning in. Let us know in the comments below how you're feeling now that the game is hours away from launch. And to be further updated on Fallout 4, stay tuned right here on Young Yeah. I'll see you guys next time. Young out.